Welcome. Welcome to the glorious Peak District, more specifically Edale, and even more precise than that, the start, yes, the day has finally arrived, the start of the Montane Spine Challenger Race 2022. Time to get lined up. Wish me luck.
Yesterday was really hot, but today is perfect running conditions. So you've got 30 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Let's do it. So it's been a long time coming. A year, I think, just under a year ago we booked onto this. Those that don't know, I've got a bit of an obsession with the Pennine Way. I've walked it 1.5 times and done numerous outings on it. Stef and I have run sections and walked sections over the years, and yeah, it was a natural progression to, well, bite off more than we could chew and enter the Spine Challenger. And here we are. First climb, Jacob's Ladder onto Kinder. Good morning.
Done-ish?
Always. Touched it. As you all know, or you should do by now, it is officially the law that you have to touch a trig if it's possible. Mill Hill, leaving Kinder behind. So while we've got some relatively easy terrain here on the flagstones over to the Snake Road, for those that don't know, let's go through what the Spine is. So the Spine is a series of events ran in winter in January and summer in June, and there's 3 events. There's the full Spine, which is 268 or so miles along the Pennine Way from Edale to Kirkyetum. The Challenger, which is the one that we're doing, from Edale to Hardraw in Wensleydale, just north of Hawes. And that is around about 108, 112, depending on which GPX file you read. But I'm sure we'll soon find out. And then there's the Sprint event, which is from Edale to Hebden Bridge. And that will be around about 50 miles, something like that. So our event, the Challenger, our first checkpoint is at Hebden Hey, and that is what we're aiming for today. Around about, I'm going to talk in kilometres I think from now on, 79 kilometres, something like that from Edale. So the first section of the run is how I'm breaking it down. We're hoping to be there for around about 10 o'clock at night, something like that. We are by no means going to be running this. Often people either trail run it as fast as they can to go for the medals, or it's treated as a fast packing event. So our event, we've got 60 hours to do that 170 odd kilometers, and the full Spine, they've got 7 days. So for me, it'll be a race against the cut-offs. We've got 24 hours to get to Hebden Bridge, and then 48 hours to get to Malham Tarn. It's going to be a really great event. Been looking forward to this for such a long time. Stef's been doing some great training. Since January, she's been coached by Jen Scotney, and I haven't had a coach. I've just like muddled my way through it, joining Stef for runs and stuff like that. But 2 weeks ago I walked across Scotland on the TGOC from west coast to east coast. That was around about 330k, something like that. So I've got some good miles or good k's in the legs, so we should be fine. For me, the challenge aspect will be running through the night, which I've not done before, and just dealing with the tiredness. So let's see what this adventure brings. Just topped up with water at the little makeshift aid station there. Kit list. There is a minimum required kit list, and it consists of things like bag, shoes, but also bivy bag, extra layers, minimum amount of calories, waterproofs, all those sort of things, gloves, waterproof gloves, whistle, torch, all the things that you would imagine from a long distance event that runs through the night up on the moors, that can throw anything at you. The weather at the minute is fine, but it's due to break later on, which is not too bad because it's been too warm over these last few days, so a little bit of rain might be good, and there'll be water in the streams as well. Leeklow Head. We're heading down Torside Bluff now, and this is probably one of the most nasty bits, because you've gained all that elevation and now you're about to lose it all again. And then it is a lovely climb actually up Lado Rocks to Black Hill, but all that elevation gone, then to have to gain it again. Nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
We're beginning the climb up towards Lado Rocks now, and eventually up to Black Hill. Just met Alex back there. He's on the spine team for Hebden Bridge. They're waiting for the sprint guys to come through, so he's gonna head up to Hebden Bridge shortly. But yeah, great to meet Alex. He watched the videos of my Pennine Way trip while he was wrecking his own adventure. We're just past Lado Rocks now. Probably one of the best, views in the Peak District, that I think. The Crowden Great Brook, the valley here, beautiful. We're only about 30k in, and I'm already bored of my food. So I'm stealing some of Stef's. Hummus bagels on this one, but how much would you give now for one of those burritos that we were eating when we walked this section before, ran this section rather? Oh, I'd love one of those now.
One of them right now.
Spicy bean burrito, that'd be good. I've got some really nice stuff in the bag, but this early in, I don't want any of it. I was saying to someone earlier on, one of the most disappointing things that I found out whilst planning for this trip was that the chippy at Gargrave isn't going to be open on Sunday. What is the point in even doing this? Oh, the Yorkshire Friar, I think it's called, something like that anyway. I timed it, I thought, yeah, we might get there for like normal civilized hours, but then yeah, Sunday, not open. We are almost at Ascent of Pen-y-Ghent now, and I think I can safely say that both of us are starting to fall into the pain cave, but there's no stopping. There's no stopping until the end, or until the end. It's a nice new sign. We've almost arrived at Wessenden Brook. Across the bridge, short, sharp climb. You got this. And the rain has arrived. Just a shower at the moment, but it seems to be persisting, so extra layer on. So we're now about 45 kilometres in, and we're coming up to the, is it Stanage cutting? Stand edge. It really is. It's pronounced Stanage, but it's stand edge. There's only one Stanage for me. We're about to arrive at the road where we cross over and go across Stanage. We also leave the Peak District momentarily as well. So we'll shed a tear. The sky is crying, but yeah, feeling good. I've taken some caffeine-laced paracetamol, so all's well in the world for the moment. There's Stanage cutting, where the road comes through. Some curlews flying around. Small psychological wins at the moment. My day 2 on the Pennine Way, I finished at Diggle, just down the hill there, and we've now done in one day what I did in 2 on the Pennine Way when I leisurely walked it in 2019. Small things. The rain's coming in now. We're just heading up and over towards the M62 now. Sadly, Nicky's food bar is closed, so no delights from there. Unless it's staying open for this event, but I believe it closes at 5, or she closes at 5 rather. We just, as we came across the road there, a lady pulled up in the car and like hung out of the window and shouted, "Hi Dean, we watched your videos, good luck to both of you." Yeah, over these last couple of days, yesterday at registration and then this morning and along the way, I've met quite a lot of people that have watched the videos, which is really great. It's always great to hear that people have found them useful. By the sounds of it, a lot of people have watched my series of Pennine Way videos in preparation for this event to get a better idea of the terrain, so that's amazing. I really enjoy it, talking to people that have watched the vids. Alex, that we saw down in Crowden, he'd like looked at the tracker and came to have a walk with us for a while because he'd watched it in preparation for his Pennine Way adventure. So yeah, it's really great. Another psychological boost. It's all good. Another trig. Here we are, the M62. This is the bridge of Khazad-dûm. Fly, you fools! Da 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 da. The caffeine pills have worn off as well. You shall not pass, flame of Muldoon! We've just passed the White House Inn and we're now heading along the side of the chain of reservoirs on the way to Stoodley Pike. What a beautiful evening it is now. We're just over 62 kilometres in, so certainly a personal best for me. Personal best for distance covered in a day. I think the previous best was out of 50k that we did for Stef's birthday last year. The sun sets on the first day, and what a day it's been. Another small win is that I've now covered the distance that I covered in 3 days on the Pennine Way when I walked it in 2019. I stayed on the third night at the YHA at Mankenholes. We're down at the Rochdale Canal. Time to cross the road and begin the sharp climb. But we're about 5k away from CP1 now at Hebden Hey. The old scout hut there. Oh, it's a really sharp one, that. Tough, especially on legs that have just done 70 kilometres. We're in ankle breaking territory here. We're about 2.5k out from CP1 now, but yeah, the final descent and then a climb, and then we detour off. I'm looking forward to a sit down, something to eat, and definitely a sleep. There's no powering through.
Downstairs into the wall.
Perfect. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome back to the Spine Challenger. We're just leaving CP1 at Hebden Hey. So we arrived last night at, what was it, Steph, about 1:15?
That 1 AM, yeah.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, the no one likes it, but that climb on the Pennine Way out of the valley there at Hebden Bridge, it's just cruel. Yeah. And then as you come over that hill, the drop down to where the river is and the bridge is a really narrow path, and on tired legs and tired eyes in the dark, it just wasn't good. It was very slow going, so we were much later than we anticipated, but that is not a problem. We had an amazing day yesterday, ticked off the longest distance we've ever done, had a good laugh, and yeah, really enjoyed it. We arrived at CP1 last night to an amazing reception. What can I say? The volunteers are absolutely amazing. I'll take my hat off to every single one of them. The two ladies that were on kit check, they'd not slept pretty much all night and they've been awake all day, and they're probably going to be awake all day today as well. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone there. Great food. Didn't really get much sleep, but took the weight off the legs for a while. Whoops, slip. Took the weight off the legs for a while and closed the eyes. So I woke this morning feeling refreshed. When I arrived last night, I must have looked a little bit shell-shocked. I was really tired yesterday. A combination of the distance and the fact that if I'm honest, I've not really slept that well over the last 4 or 5 days, simply because of the anticipation of this. But yeah, main thing is, both of us are good, both of us are in good spirits, and we're on the way to CP 1.5 Malham, and it is 60 kilometers away. That's easy, isn't it? Compared to yesterday, just a mere 60 kilometers is easy. First things first, we've got to do this climb out of the valley from the scout centre down there. Easier going up than down, I think. We just passed Top Withens and we're now officially halfway, if the GPX file at 174 kilometers is to be believed. So yeah, we're just over halfway. Psychologically, once again, that's good. I'm loving these little signs. The tiredness is really starting to take hold now, but yeah, I had a 5 minute, probably not even 5 minute, I bet it was like 2 minute nap. Stef had gone to use the bathroom and I just lay on the trail and fell asleep straight away, and I woke up feeling refreshed. So I'm hoping, you know, when we get to this unofficial feed station at Cowling, that probably going to try and get 20 minutes or something like that to reset the system a little bit more. Not that you will have been able to have seen it on the GoPro image just a moment ago, but we can now see the Yorkshire Dales National Park. I like getting to this point on the Pennine Way. It looks like the next zone, shall we say, of the adventure is about to arrive. I know we're a fair distance off, we're still probably about like 25-30k or whatever from when it turns to limestone country, but yeah, we wave goodbye to gritstone moorland for a while. So when we entered this event together 11 months or so ago, one of the conditions upon entry was that if one of us should fail or stop, the other one would carry on, regardless of where the original person or the failing person was. But yeah, this morning Steph said to me, will you still want to do that? If I can't go on, would you go on? I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to go on. I'm getting to the end regardless. So she's so competitive that she'll not give up now. Not that she's going to, not that she's said anything, but she's that competitive that she'll not want me to get to the end without her. So there's no way she's giving up, and there's no way I'm giving up, which is a good thing. We're here to encourage each other. Well, that was really great. The little rest stop there. We had about a 20-minute lie down, something like that. Probably got like 5 minutes sleep. Then had coffee, food, and it was all donation based, all in aid of mountain rescue search dogs. Always happy to contribute to that. So thank you very much. 100 kilometers. Another psychological barrier has been broken. 100 kilometers, as you've just seen on the watch there. It's all good. I'd like to say it's all downhill from here, but we know it's not.
We wish.
Counting down the Ks. We're now descending into Lothersdale. It's been a great walk from the aid station back there. We're going to call into the pub, I think, and probably get a pint of Coke or something sweet and sugary like that, and maybe use the toilet. Pretty special. You see Pen-y-Ghent in the middle there. Whernside, Ingleborough. Yeah, over that way. Fountains fell in the centre there. I've just been informed that I made it into one of the official Spine videos, so I had to watch it. My ego wouldn't allow me not to. And yes, I made it in. A nice little interview at the start there. Interviewed just near the village hall, but as I was basking in the glory, I almost tripped on one of the flagstones and almost smashed my face in. So that is instant karma. Should never show off. Although I'm pleased about being in the video. But they've spelt my name wrong. See? Ego. Need to let it go. Let it go, Dean. R-E-A-D. R-E-A-D. Horten-in-Ribblesdale. So the plan is, the sun's been really warm over this last hour since Pinhole Beacon, so because we're switching between Stef and myself, who's the most sleep deprived. So I think the plan is we're gonna try and get the other side of this village and find somewhere sheltered to probably get half an hour sleep, because we've been grabbing like 5 minutes, then last night probably 2 hours in total, in like a period of like an hour, and then 2 lots of half an hour, so I had to get up to go to the toilet. So yeah, this is what the challenge is all about though, and this is what I was interested in seeing. I was feeling it bad this morning, the tiredness, coming past Top Withens. I felt like I wanted to just curl up on the trail and go to sleep, so we'll try and manage it. And then if we sleep in a moment, we can push on to Malham Tarn. I'm glad they said that. Ignore GPX.
We can fit it.
Going that way. Let's roll. And yeah, while we're in Gargrave, why is this not open? I could just go for some chips right now, right this second. Fish and chips, just fish. No, just chips even. Just chips will do. Salt and vinegar. That will do nicely. What a beautiful evening. The current first place spiner is probably only about 3/4 of an hour behind. So hats off, seriously. They only set off around about 13 hours ago, so that's some serious pace. There's an otter just swimming up the river just there. It's not going to be the best video, but it's there nonetheless. See it? Ha. Well, you don't see that every day. Certainly not in Sheffield anyway. The Buck Inn at Malham. Not that you can see much, but we are here. You can kind of see it, but then again you can't. Malham Cove. Let's take the stairs. We think the first place spiner is just running at the front of Malham Cove, and he's about to start the climb. Great work.
Well done, guys.
Stop hiding people.
Second and third, or joint second place spiners. So hopefully you can see me, but we've just left CP 1.5 and it's around about 2:45 in the morning and we are absolutely shattered. But the plan all along has been that we would bivvy just along here where we turn off towards Fountains Fell. It's been a long day and we've not had much sleep, as I've already droned on about. So we're going to try and bivvy somewhere, put every layer on that we've got, get into the bivvies and sleep for maybe 2 hours, something like that. Oh, and there go the crisps. The precious cargo. And it's bivvy time in the shelter of this wall here, and managed to find some moss just to make life a little bit more comfortable. 2 hours. 2 hours with every bit of clothing we've got on. Wish us luck. Good morning and welcome back. We left you just beyond CP 1.5, asleep in the bivvy bags. Yeah, that was quite good actually. I needed that. I wasn't the warmest, but yeah, closed the eyes for a while, which was the main thing. It's now 5:56. The sun's up. We're on the way. The final section, 40 point something kilometers, and the first thing we've got to tackle today is Fountains Fell. Let's get this thing over with, shall we? Roadblock. Pick a side, any side. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Peeling skin off, wouldn't she?
Pen-y-Ghent. We're now starting the climb up to Pen-y-Ghent. The weather, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful today. Probably a little bit too beautiful if it's such a thing can be said. We could do some more cloud cover and a touch more breeze, but other than that I can't complain. This will be the final, I mean this Cam High Road, but this is the final sting really in this Challenger adventure. From here on in it undulates. Boom. Smash. We're a bit slower on these steps than we were on the recce day. We're 150 kilometres in though this time, so we can be excused. We're trying to protect the knees. It's not over yet, although it's counting down quickly. Around about 29 kilometres to go. We've made it down to Horten-in-Ribblesdale, and I'm ready for that water tap just down here. Also ready for the bathroom as well, but you didn't need to know that. We're heading out of Horten-in-Ribblesdale. There for about half an hour, doing admin, having some food, topping up water, all the good stuff. 24.1 kilometres to go and 8 hours to do it, so should be fine. We've walked it in less before. I'm just adding suspense for the video. 60-hour cut-off, will we do it? What a day though. It's a little bit too warm though, I'll be honest. I've applied sunscreen to protect my precious fair skin. I'm getting snow blindness off this path. It's so bright. No time to go and look today. Gotta keep on moving. Time to grab some water for the trip over the top. Almost there. We're at Cam End. Almost time to start the long drag over. Let's do this. There's no escaping the sun this afternoon. I certainly don't for 1 second fancy doing the winter spine or the winter challenger, but I'd be glad of some cooler temperatures right now. We're discussing, you know, what next, and I know they just did a winter challenger north, or northern challenger, and you know what, if they did a summer version, that could be something we could consider. It always drags this road. We're down to below 10k now. So it's the home stretch pretty much. There's been a steady stream of spiners passing throughout the day. We saw quite a few this morning. When we woke up, about 5:45, we saw Anna Troop come through, and there's been probably 7 or 8 throughout the day, but they're doing incredibly well. Stef's attempting a jog. How's that working out for you? No swearing, this is a family show. Apart from a little bit of sunburn from today, the body's doing fine. I'd only ran about 20k in these shoes before. Had to replace them last week because the Scott Super Track 3s that I got fell to pieces during the TGO challenge across Scotland. When I realised on the kit list that you weren't allowed shoes that have got any signs of like holes or anything like that, I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to buy some new shoes. So they have rubbed a little bit on the inside of my left ankle, but fine other than that. Only other thing to report is a little bit of chafing, but we won't go into where. We've now got our first proper view of Wensleydale. Hawes is just down there and Hardraw is just there. 7 point something K to go now. We've been reduced to a sleep deprived shuffle. That's about as much as we can muster at the moment. I think those that have watched my videos before will have seen me in some states while camping and stuff like that, but I think I've just hit the wall harder than ever before in the last kilometre coming off that hill, coming off the moor. Struggling to string a sentence together, but we'll get through this. There's no stopping obviously, but yeah, feel really tired now, so looking forward to a nice nap afterwards, but so excited to experience the end of this adventure. How's that shade feel, Steph?
Amazing.
Good. The sun's been unrelenting for the last, well, since Horten-in-Ribblesdale pretty much. What an amazing adventure. I've really enjoyed it. You know what, this has been a bit of a bucket list item for me, just like the Edale Skyline race was. As soon as I heard about the Spine race many moons ago, I thought I'd love to do that. Didn't really fancy the winter version. Don't mind the cold, just don't really like the lack of daylight hours. But yeah, so glad we were foolish enough to think that we'd even stand a chance of being able to get to the end. We're not ultra runners. I'm a walker that does a bit of trail running, but what an amazing experience. We're going for it. Someone's decided that we need to get in under 1800 to make it, what's that, 57 hours and something. I can't work it out at the minute, that sounds about right, but yeah. Our ETA has been hovering around 1800, so we need to get it under that because, well, obviously it means nothing, but it means something all at the same time. I'm aware that I'm talking rubbish now, but you look like you're doing the Marathon des Sables. I'll edit this stuff. I'll edit it out. I can't even talk now. That's it. It's game over for my brain. We'll get there, Steph. We'll get there. We can crawl it in 2 hours. Something's just gone pop. Possibly a toe. Hopefully just a blister. She's gone one shoe. Seems to be better. Hardcore. It's lovely bobbing along, bobbing along. She's absolutely determined to get there before 1800. Hats off and shoes off to her. Well, not shoes off.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Watching all your videos.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, mate.
Do you run off?
Not as often as I
Yes,
should.
thank you very much.
Well done.
I think a blister.
We've done it. Better save on Garmin. We've made it to Hardraw. What an adventure. Let's go and take the weight off. Save, Steph. No, you're right. I'm going to get you in. I'm going to get you in. I'm going to get you in.
It's all record and make it deal with God and again just walk places. We're running up that road. We're running up that hill. We're running up
It's now 2 months after the end of the event, and during the editing process I've realised that I didn't do an official sign-off. We're back in the Yorkshire Dales once again, Malham Cove. Stef's here, Kinder's here in the background, and we've just come a wander here to see Malham Cove in the daylight because Stef hasn't seen it at daylight before. What can I say about the event that I've not already said at length during the final few kilometres? It was such a great experience, a real bucket list item, and we enjoyed it that much. We've already signed up for 2023 Summer Challenger North, so that should be a great experience as well. Looking forward to doing some recce's on that one. As always, I'll put links in the description to maps and various other resources. I'll put some info on the screen now about distance and elevation covered during the event. I'll speak to you all again soon, and I'll say goodbye for now. Sunset on the first day. 100 kilometers.